some things come up and not able to join us tonight. So with that, Mr. Crankshaw, would you lead us in the, I'm sorry, we need to do the roll call. Let's do roll call first. How's that?
Councilmember Crenshaw,
Present.
Councilmember Camarena,
Present.
Councilmember Marroquin,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Mellett,
Present.
Mayor Carter is absent.
We have a quorum?
We have a quorum, yes.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Crankshaw, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please lead us in prayer?
Yes.
Please remain standing.
Father God, we come before you this night grateful for the gift of life, Lord. We pray for those that are sick in body, that you bring healing to them, Lord.
Yes.
We pray for this night, Lord God, that you give us direction and wisdom, Lord God. Help us to care for those that you've put us in the ability to care for. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. So this is a public meeting. If there are any item or agenda on which you wish to be heard, you are asked to complete a blue speaker slip and submit to the city clerk prior to the start of the meeting. Persons wishing to address the city council are not required to identify themselves per government code. However, this information assists the mayor in ensuring that all persons wishing to be addressed the council are recognized, and also assist the city clerk in preparing the city for council minute. When the item is announced, your name is called by the mayor. Please step to the podium, state your name and for record. Unless the mayor extends the time, there is a 3-minute time limit for each public presentation. If you wish to address the council concerning any other matter not appearing on the agenda, you may do so during the public comment portion of the agenda. However, you may not show a visual presentation without review of that material. If you do so, you will be considered out of order. So is there anyone here for public comment tonight? I see some speaker forms against here in front of me. Public comment. One. Just one. Is it one public comment?
Yes, we have Peter Rodriguez for public comment.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Good evening, Councilman Elliott. Good evening, members of the City Council and members of the audience. I'd like to thank the Centro Police Department for their active enforcement around the homeless, especially around the Vons and Smart Farming area. They've been very proactive in taking care of the situation there. 2 weeks ago, I saw about 4 officers handling about 7 people that want to camp under the shade in the grassy area right there on Euclid. And it made the area much safer for our citizens, especially the elderly population that go in the morning or go in the evening that really are by themselves. You know, this year I've walked over 36 of them to their car because I know there's some elements outside that could take their purse and run with it. But I really appreciate the assistance that they've given. Another item I'd like to bring up real quick is, you guys have a lot of work and it's been an issue, but this hospital vault transfer truly needs to be taken and on the agenda and be completed. We've gone too far with this. There was a presentation brought in July the 1st about how the transfer should happen. And I would encourage this council to show some leadership and move forward with the budget cuts we're having. We need 2 hospitals to go forward. We don't want to be left out like Blythe is right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Be happy to comment at the end of the meeting, comment time. So that is all the public comments, I believe.
No, hi, sorry to interrupt. I had my hand raised. I'm in the Zoom call. My name's
You're
Leah.
wishing to make a public comment?
Yes.
Okay, Madam Clerk, do you have her name?
No, if she can give us her name, please.
Yep, Leah Velasquez.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Velasquez. Go ahead.
Of course. Hi, so good evening, council members and community members. Like I said, my name is Leah Velasquez, and I'm a resident of El Centro. I'm also a Master of Social Work student at the University of Southern California. So here tonight, I'm just going to present something from my course on community advocacy. I just wanted to speak briefly about something that I'm deeply passionate about, which is the heat and unsafe conditions the foreign workers face while working in our fields. We know that Imperial County is built on agriculture. We have a lot of major growers out here that help feed not only California, but the entire country. And behind that success is the farm workers, our neighbors, family members, and the community. And our farm workers do spend long days in this heat, which, often sometimes is without reliable shade or access to clean water. Like my own family, they have worked in the fields, and many others, they're not the type to complain. So they show up, they work, and they keep going. But I do know how brutal this heat is. I mean, I've been here for the past 17, 18 years. I moved away to go to college, but I'm back now, and I did not miss the heat. But I'm just here to try to advocate for them. El Centro, I feel, has a role to play. They can help by organizing with Campesinos Unidos, which is already in the Imperial Valley, and they have already worked with other institutions. It's just a way to, show that we do care for these farm workers, as they are the backbone of our economy here in the county. So with that being said, I would just like to see maybe a little more just shading or water areas for them. And I know that does have a play with their employers, but as a community, I feel like we can also help. So thank you for your time and opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ms. Valenzuela. Yes. Adriana, are you prepared to tell us how many cooling centers we have, just off the top of your head? Or is there someone else that knows? Yes. Just a brief response. I know this is out of order, but just to answer this.
Yes, the Imperial County Public Health Department issues all the cooling centers throughout Imperial Valley. Our cooling center in El Centro is the Imperial Valley Mall. In addition to that, we've established the transfer terminal as a cooling center, an outdoor cooling center.
The transfer center is where?
The
So people
transfer
don't know?
terminal on 7th and State Street.
Thank you.
Our misters are on, the restrooms are available, there is security available as well. And then in addition to that, many of our park facilities were also included as part of the mapping for the cooling center so that people know there's areas to get respite from the sun, there's shaded areas, water stations, and including our city hall is one of our locations.
Yes, thank you. Are those
Thank
on our website?
Yes, they should be on our website.
City of El Centro?
Yes, cityofelcentro.org.
Great.
And any quick Google search, if you include Imperial County cooling centers, that should
Very
be able
good.
to pop up.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All righty. Moving on. We're gonna have a El Centro Police Department Life-Saving Award. Kelly, Chief Kelly, come on in, step up and for the presentation.
I
It's a
will
special
adjust that
time.
a little bit. Well, good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, council, staff, and those in attendance tonight. I am honored to come before you tonight and highlight the extraordinary work of a couple of our officers. So if I can have Officers Daniel Crankshaw and Carlos Bernal, who are standing behind me, join me. So the Life Saving Award is one of the most distinguished recognitions granted within the law enforcement profession. It is awarded to individuals who, through direct and immediate action, save the life of another person. This honor reflects the technical skills and decision-making capabilities of the officer, but also their unwavering dedication to the service and protection of others. In many cases, recipients of the Life Saving Award intervene during critical moments, performing emergency medical aid and taking decisive action when lives hang in the balance. These actions often require calm under pressure, rapid assessment of risks, and a willingness to place their well-being above above themselves. On the afternoon of May 15th, earlier this year, Officers Daniel Crankshaw and Carlos Bernal responded to a report of a physical altercation between multiple individuals in the 300 block of Eucalyptus Street. As the first officer to arrive, Officer Crankshaw quickly located a victim of a violent attack who had sustained traumatic life-threatening injuries. Officer Crankshaw immediately took action to render aid in an attempt to control substantial bleeding from the victim's wound. Simultaneously, Officer Bernal arrived and identified the urgent need to apply a tourniquet to further stabilize and control the bleeding. Officer Crankshaw and Officer Bernal were able to slow the bleeding and provide critical time for emergency medical personnel to arrive. Their swift and decisive actions undoubtedly contributed to the saving of the victim's life that afternoon. Both Officer Bernal and Officer Crankshaw demonstrated remarkable presence of mind, technical proficiency, and compassion during this high-stress emergency. Their actions are not only commendable, but are also representative of the El Centro Police Department's dedication to preserving life, protecting the vulnerable, and serving the community with distinction. This incident underscores the critical role officers play in emergency response, often arriving on scene ahead of medical professionals and taking action to stabilize life-threatening situations. The professional conduct and teamwork displayed by Officers Crankshaw and Bernal reflect great credit upon themselves, the police department, and the entire city of El Centro. It's my honor and privilege to be here tonight to present Officer Daniel Crankshaw and Officer Carlos Bernal with the Life Saving Award. And what we've done is we've put together some very nice framed certificates that they can hang on their wall. I know Officer Crankshaw has now been promoted, transferred to Detective Crankshaw, so he will have his own office one day in the near future with our new facility, and he will be able to hang this proudly
On a wall, yeah.
and I have no doubt that Carlos will be shortly behind him. So Carlos,
Yes.
yours. And thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.
I would be happy to answer any questions or I know we have a full agenda tonight, but I'm here for a few minutes if you have any.
Would
questions.
either of these fellows like to say anything? I'd like to hear from them, actually.
I'll say a few words.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, public. First and foremost, I want to be thankful for the opportunity to be here and thankful for this life-saving award. But I really want to thank, for one, the public, because if it wasn't for the public that made that call, for us to respond, I think this would have never happened. On top of that, the communication center, because we don't recognize that as much as we should, that they play a vital role in this life-saving award that's being presented. But I think they should be recognized as well, because if it wasn't for them, they're the ones that, one, dispatched us, dispatched fire, dispatched paramedics, ambulance, and everybody that gets involved. So I think we should recognize them as well.
Yes.
And obviously, again, the public, because those are the people that witnessed, that saw in one way, shape, or form, that made this call for us to respond. Myself, or Officer Crunch and myself, just happened to be there at the right time, right place, and we're grateful to obviously save this person's
Yes.
life or anybody in that matter.
Yes.
That's all I want to say.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just be real quick. Officer Bernal and I played a very small part in saving an individual's life. Truly, it was a team effort, from the firemen to us, the dispatchers, paramedics. The endless amount of collaboration that made this individual come through, there's too many to say. However, ultimately, what did save this individual's life was God's will. So just, every day of life we can, let's just be thankful, remember to give thanks to him. And ultimately, whatever happens at the end of the day, his will be done. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So council members, Sylvia, would you like to say anything?
Oh my gosh. It's times like these that, we become so grateful, for the service that our police department offers, to our community. I know in getting to know Officer Bernal and, and now Officer Crankshaw, I met him, Officer Bernal, as a member of our homeless task force. And I know that he's very compassionate. He'd go above and beyond the call of his duty to help those that are, unsheltered on the streets. And so, I know it sounds kind of funny, but it doesn't surprise me, because that's the type of person he is.
Yes.
And so Officer Crankshaw, just to, express your faith in being a part of the life-saving efforts that took place that day, that says a lot about, the person that he is as well, So I just commend both of you for the work, and not only, Officer Bernal, you also acknowledged all of your coworkers within the dispatch center and all of the other people involved in that and those life-saving offers, so efforts, I should say, that I commend all of you for your quick action. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yes. Claudia?
Oh, I just want to just echo Councilmember Matapine's statements and just say how proud I am of not just you two, but the whole team. Like you say, the fact that you guys say it's a collaborative effort, and it truly is. It's the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and you can hear it in both of you. And I'm so grateful to have you as part of the team. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Councilmember Crankshaw, you have anything to say?
Well, I would say probably, and I'll take the leap for Officer Bernal, that this starts with the father at home teaching their kids how to. No, I am super proud of both of you. I am super proud to wear the same patches you did for as many years as I did, and to see that tradition continues, that you are putting someone else in front of you means the world. So, congrats.
Yes, thank you all. Fellas, I am so proud of you. Welcome to the Save a Life Club. And man, my hat is off to you. I know, Mr. Bernal, how many times you said the public making the call, because there are some communities, we don't live there, hopefully, but some communities just look the other way. They do not want to get involved, do not want to make the call. So thank God that's not the community we live in. I thank you for mentioning that, Mr. Bernal. That is very important. Thank you so much. Mr. Crankshaw, did you get all this training on, like, at the PD, or did you get some of this from your mom? Your mom, you're a nurse. Yeah. All right. I'm just so proud of you guys, that we are El Centro. You are a perfect example of what, we're striving for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Kelly?
So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to grab a photo with each of you.
That'd be great.
Memorialize.
Yes,
Thank you.
please. Let's get some photos.
I'll push this in.
There you go. They can see you.
All right, here we go. Notice. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
President Home, absolutely, definitely. Good job, Dan. Thank you.
So next on our items, we have a retirement plaque presentation. Sonia Gonzalez from Community Development Specialist. Who's going to, Adriana, please.
So can we please give a round of applause for Susanna Gonzalez, who's been with the City of El Centro.
I didn't catch that. How many years?
So Susanna has been with us for over 35 years. I do have a brief speech about Susanna. Susanna today, this meeting couldn't be more fitting because Susanna worked at the El Centro Police Department for many years and completed their different roles. So right now she is home. She's amongst her own. Sometimes she still answers the phone investigations and we all laugh because, it's ingrained in her DNA. But I do want to say that most recently, she has tremendous impact at the Economic Development Division. She's helped small businesses secure city loans. During the times of COVID, she was getting so many calls, working on so many financials, listening to people. In a lot of what you do, you connect with the public, you feel for them. Susanna had a tremendous heart in getting all their financials in order to secure many loans for them throughout that time. She also works with many of our nonprofits through the CDBG program, and she's also worked on many of our capital improvement projects. So she has left her imprint everywhere. But most of all, we all come and do a job here, but most of all, who she is as a person, her warmth, her kindness. She can call any department in El Centro and get that thing done that you need done. And very few people can do that and have connections everywhere. And so I would say above else, she has been a true friend to many of us. She has been an ear. She is, a great listener. Maybe she holds more secrets that maybe she can share in the near future, because I know she holds a lot of them. And, I think for us, we're really happy for her, but it is a bittersweet moment. Again, she's been with us, for me, she worked at Parks and Recreation, then she came to Economic Development. So she has seen many of us through different roles. Bittersweet to, for her to welcome her on this next chapter. She is a big colleague to all these people that many of them are here. Heather's not here. She's one of our dispatchers, but she's one of her best friends. And so, I don't know what types of trips they're going on, but I'm sure they already have them planned. And Susanna, we love you. You have a heart of gold, and we're really, really gonna miss you. When she told me she was leaving, and she had been telling me this for a while, but I never believed her, because she's been telling me this for years. I was going, no, because, good employees are hard to come by. She's been with us and holds so much institutional knowledge through the thin, through the thick. She's been here, and not just for me, but for many other people. So we will miss you, Susanna.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you. Yes, I've been here for many years. And yes, I started at PD. Was probably my home I was there 21 years. And then after that, I went to Parks and Rec for 12. And I've been with Economic Development for 6. So yes, I'm going to miss my family, everybody. But I do have a grandson, so I'll be leaving to Texas to go be with him. So, thank you, though. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Sean. So thank you. On behalf of the city of El Centro, we'd like to present you with a plaque of 35 years of service. Thank you again. Like to get a photo? Can we get some
Yes.
photos? With that, Guillermo?
There we go. I'd also like to make a comment when we get a chance. So. Go ahead. No, it's fine. We'll do that. All right, here we go. Hold on. We got it. Thank you.
Hold on.
More? There we go.
She said she wants to invite the crew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yes, it's a get bigger and bigger.
Okay, here we go. There. I didn't do it. That's all I did. Don't step on that.
Thank you, Guillermo. Council members, Sylvia, would you like to say a word? I know Mike is chomping at the bit, but we'll let him go last too.
I only have a few pages on you, so. Susanna is my sister from the El Centro Police Department. She, the family that I proudly wore for 26 years, although she moved to our cousins, the park department and the community development, she still played a vital role in the success of the city. And you will be missed big time. And I wish you all the luck with your retirement. And I hope that you're much better at it than I am. So, enjoy. Thanks.
And just want to thank you for your years of service to the city of El Centro. And I know the blessing is being able to spend that time with your grandchild and enjoy that time with family. It's sometimes difficult to retire because then you're like, what do I do? You're calling your coworkers, what are you doing? But being with your family, it's going to be such a great reward for you, especially moving to Texas. So I wish you and your family the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah.
So, and I'm so sorry, Susanna, Marty caught me right when I had, with a mouthful, let me just say, so, no, I would just like to say, first of all, congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication throughout the 35 years that you've been with the city. And, it's just like, as your coworkers stated, they're really, truly going to miss you. And I know I'm going to miss seeing you too. It's just like, I know that we would see each other at our meetings, and it's just like, it is a bittersweet moment, but, time with your family is also very important. So, I wish you well on that. And I hope you don't miss El Centro too much, because I know you'll be with your grandson,
Right.
but El Centro will miss you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, if I may.
Go ahead.
Susanna, it's bittersweet. I try not to make you cry, and I try not to cry myself. So I was going to say that you got to see me grow up, but maybe you just got to see me get older. I don't know if I've actually grown up. We go back a long ways, and the stories that Adrienne is wanting from you promised you would never tell.
I won't.
Texas is fitting because I remember going to the cattle call rodeo and everything else a long, long time ago as we were younger in our age and our careers and everything. Congratulations. You've served very well for the city, and you made quite the impression on not only council, but a lot of staff.
Thank you.
You'll always be here in the heart of the city of El Centro. So thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sawyer. So 35 years, we're very thankful. Just as Adriana said, good employees are hard to find, good people are hard to find. So thank you for your many, many years of service, all the different departments, all the friends you've made, and now moving on to the next portion of your life. And we wish you well and thank you for all the years that you've invested here. So just thank you so much. And yeah, we're looking forward to the rest of your life now.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So next on the agenda is International Lifeguard Day. So Becky, would you come forward?
Yes, so again, thank you, Council, Mayor Pro Tem, for honoring the lifeguards tonight. As many of you, some of you may know, may not know, July 31st is considered International Lifeguard Appreciation Day. And it's just a one day that's fitting for the lifeguards throughout the summer to, showcase the work that they do and how important they are to the community, the facility that they help operate, and the patrons that they serve. In order to keep safe there at the Aquatic Center. We've seen a very busy summer this season. And again, I'm just a very small representation of the aquatics division and this team that we've put together. But truly that facility cannot operate without having those lifeguards and with the many lifeguards that we have staffed this summer. So again, it's a young team. We have ranging from 16, to 20, 23-year-old lifeguards. And with many, we employ them for their first time ever. So it's very important. We're giving them a foundation, entering the workforce,
Yes.
entering as a young adult. Some of them are still juniors in high school or entering to become seniors and that. And so it's a large responsibility that I take on and the rest of my, management team takes on as well to really make sure that we are making our team and our lifeguards as successful as they can be moving forward, because this is just a stepping stone to whatever they may find in wherever that life in college and leads them. So.
Yes. Did you bring some of your lifeguards with you?
I did. We have just a small amount with us.
Maybe we have them stand and while I read the proclamation.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys stand up with your boss there? Like you said, this is a great start into experience, workforce, training, getting their feet, literally, not a joke, but
We're just becoming adults.
getting their feet wet,
and
but
learning responsibility.
really in the job market. That is so great. So I'd like to read this. Whereas lifeguards at the El Centro Aquatic Center uphold the highest standards of professionalism and preparedness, ensuring safety for more than 500 daily visitors. And whereas El Centro lifeguards serve as a primary responders for all water and deck-related emergencies at the Aquatic Center through extensive training in water rescue, first aid, CPR, emergency responsive procedures. They're all well equipped to act as key first responders, ensuring the safety and well-being of all facility patrons. And whereas promoting water safety and education in the community of the prevention of recreational water-related injuries, illnesses, and fatalities is a vital priority, especially during the summer months when water activities are at their peak. And whereas International Lifeguard Day provides a meaningful opportunity to recognize and express gratitude for the tireless service, dedication of the lifeguards. And whereas the mayor and council members commend the commitment, leadership, and composure of El Centro's lifeguards, who selflessly serve the community during both routine operations and critical emergencies, providing exceptional service while prioritizing the health and safety of others. Now, therefore, I, Sonia Carter, that's absent tonight, Mayor of the City of El Centro, State of California, do hereby proclaim July 31st, 2025 as International Lifeguard Day in the City of El Centro. So thank you guys for coming. I recognize you. Emilio, we're going to get some photos. Guys for coming. Have you already saved some lives?
Before Emilio takes,
made some rescues.
before Emilio takes a quick photo, I just want to toot our own horn. As the Aquatic Center facility, we have the best lifeguards. I want to add that. And it shows in the volume of people that trust us and go out to the facility so much. And I want to say this because I love numbers. Last month, they generated $72,000 in revenue. And a lot of it has to do with our lifeguards and the safe space that they provide for our community. So not only did these individuals decide to work at the busiest facility, but they're doing a great job. So thank you guys so much. We're so proud of you.
Yes.
Hold on a little bit. And we're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you all for coming. We appreciate your presence here and doing this. So next is the presentation regarding the IVT ride adjustment to the public microtransit service by ICTC Executive Director David Aguirre.
Mayor Pro Tem, we also have number 4. I'm sorry, we skipped the Parks and Recreation.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Number 4. Sorry, David.
We'll come back.
Sorry, David. Glad you're still here. So next is, Parks and Recreation Month, July 2025.
So as a community services director, I have the privilege of overseeing numerous facilities and divisions. And I want to say the Parks and Recreation Division is a huge part of the Community Services Department. They take great pride in serving people of all ages, all backgrounds. Some of our residents, and you'll see in the video, we know very well. They participate in many of our classes, or frequently attend all our facilities. And others, sometimes we just see enjoying a quiet moment, strolling through a park. Fun fact, last year, over the last year, we've had over 500,000 visits at Buckland Park. So you can imagine just the number of visits. So many of them visit the park daily. And so we love serving people. This is why we're in this business, because we love giving back to our community. But it does take dedication, creativity, and genuine care to design programs and maintain spaces that bring joy to our community. And I'm especially proud of our entire team, many of which are here today. For me, this is really great because we never are under one roof. We're all at different facilities. So this is one of those few moments where we actually have people from all moments. So Ramon is one of our monitors. He closes and opens facilities, and you recently made him a permanent employee. So I want to close with that and say thank you. Thank you so much for making so many of our employees, they were already a part of our team, but making them permanent just really strengthened that bond and made work a lot better for us. And lastly, thank you for celebrating Parks and Recreation Month. Emilio did a great job in the video, and you'll see that. You'll see many of our customers that we don't always get to see. So we're excited about that, and I'll pass it on to Gus. I'm sure he wants to say a few words as well.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. Not very good at public speaking, but I'll do my best. I did write some things down so I don't forget. So thank you for being here. July is Parks and Recreation Month. It is a time to celebrate the people, the places, the programs that we create for our community and that bring our community together. Our parks, our recreation centers, and our special events play a vital role in making El Centro healthier, happier, and more connected place. From youth sports to our senior programs that we have at the Adult Center, we do our best to provide quality services for our community. And we cannot do that without the wonderful staff that we have at the different recreation facilities, from the staff that is here present, from the community center, the youth center, the MOK, and now with the old post office as well. We're bringing different programs to our community, art classes, just whatever the community asks us to do, we're definitely there to support. So we're very grateful. And of course, we're thankful of the council who always supports in everything we do, as well as our awesome director, Adriana Nava, who, with whatever idea that we come up with, she's always behind us 100%. So thank you for everything, definitely for this month that recognizes Parks and Recreation Month. And let's continue to support, to celebrate and grow our parks and recreation efforts, because when we invest in recreation, we invest in our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a video, Gus?
We do have a video.
And I don't know if we already said this, but Emilio's ours. Did I say that out loud?
There's gonna be fighting words.
Emilio worked with Spectrum. We did a lot of work with Emilio. We love Emilio. And he created this video, and we're really proud of it. But really, he gets to see our work and then creates a video out of it. It's really an amazing talent. We refine it with him, but thank you, Emilio. You're ours.
Yes.
Every July, communities across the country celebrate Parks and Recreation Month, a time to highlight how these spaces and programs bring us together and improve our quality of life. Here in the city of El Centro, our Parks and Recreation Division offers a variety of programs that create safe, fun, and engaging environments for all ages. At the Conrad Harrison Youth Center, Children enjoy hands-on activities, make new friends, and stay active all summer long in a welcoming supervised space. At the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Sports Pavilion, our indoor facilities offer the perfect space for recreational sports, fitness classes, and community events, even during the summer heat. And of course, summer isn't complete without the El Centro Aquatic Center. With swim lessons, open swim days, and water fitness classes, it's a favorite destination for families looking to stay cool and healthy. Whether you're learning to swim, getting a workout, or just enjoying the water, the Aquatic Center is a vital part of our community's summer experience. Our team programs create safe spaces for connection, growth, and exploration, helping young people stay involved, supported, and inspired. And for our older adults, the El Centro Adult Center offers everything from health and wellness to arts and technology, ensuring every generation has a place to learn, move, and connect. None of this would be possible without our dedicated Parks and Recreation team, who work tirelessly to create positive experiences and safe, welcoming spaces for our community. This Parks and Recreation Month, we honor the spaces that bring us together and the people who make them thrive.
Thank you guys so much. Can we just give this team a round of applause, please?
Mayor Pro Tem, if I could, I'd like
Sure.
to
Certainly.
make a comment. Come on up. So this is it's kind of neat here in the valley because this is July and this is your month. It's a big time month for this group. This is when the rest of us are trying to get out of here for a little bit of time, and this is your busy time. So we tip our hats to you 100%. Also going back to the lifeguards, two of my children came up being lifeguards, junior lifeguards through the plunge and through when it was at Central. And so I agree with Becky that this is a stepping stone to the next level for you and learning the responsibility. So I applaud you guys for being out there as well. But I actually never really took it all in to see what our employees are doing. Emilio does these videos, and all of a sudden I'm like, I have a whole different appreciation for it. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sure all of us commend you for the work you do. We appreciate it for the community. So thank you.
Yes. Camarena, would you like to say a word?
Yes, just also the video is just so revealing of everything. We know what happens, but when you see the interaction of what you guys do, especially with the kids, that they could just be sitting at home and just sort of just wasting their existing during a day, but they're becoming active. And I see the snacks and I see everything that's going on, the teaching and teaching social skills and all that. And all of you have a part of creating that child and giving them some dreams and direction. And so it's not just about entertaining, you guys are planting something in them. So it's so important. I just want to really thank you. And the same with the lifeguard, just real quick, going back, I've been over there and you probably haven't noticed me. I'm one of those things that just floats by, but you guys are focused, looking and making sure all these kids are, taken care of. And that's a big job because that place is packed. So my, thanks to each and every one of you, because it's a difficult job sometimes, but you know what? It pays off at the end. So thank you guys so, so much.
Yes. Councilmember
So, throughout the years that I've been on the council, Parks and Recs has just blossomed. I mean, it's every year you never cease to amaze us with all of the different activities that you've created for our community, for the children, for the adults. I just want to say thank you to all of the team that does this for our community, because, without your enthusiasm, without your energy and your creativity, all of this wouldn't happen. And so I just want to say, thank you for all that you do for our community. Thank you.
Yes, and so the video was good, Emilio, but the substance really comes, from you guys to have something to do and give so much opportunity to our citizens of of El Centro. So thank you for what you do, your planning, your dedication, thinking outside the box sometimes and doing things, and sometimes it gets pretty hectic. I know. I've seen you guys personally, like just working your tails off sometimes. So thank you for what you do. It's not unnoticed. While you're standing there, I would like to read you the proclamation. The City of El Centro Proclamation, Parks and Recreation Month, July 2025. Whereas Parks and Recreation are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the City of El Centro, they promote health and wellness, improve the quality of life, and encourage activities, lifestyle for all ages. And whereas parks, trails, and open spaces and recreational programming contribute to the environmental well-being of our community by preserving natural resources and providing space for outdoor activities and gatherings. And whereas the city's parks and recreational staff work tirelessly to maintain clean, safe, and accessible parks, provide engaging programs, support community events, and bring people together. That's a great one. And whereas parks and recreation programming and educational activities such as out-of-school time programs, youth sports, and environmental education are critical to childhood development. They're also a leading provider of healthy meals, nutrition services, and education. And whereas the mayor and council members encourage all residents to explore, appreciate, and enjoy recreational opportunities available in our parks and community facilities. Thank you to all the staff whose time and energy help create memorable experiences and a stronger sense of community. Now, therefore, it's I, Sonia Carter, is absent, Mayor City of El Centro. State of California do hereby proclaim July 2025 as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of El Centro. So thank you all. Emilio? There we go. Get your team.
All right, good. Here we go. And hold on, please. Hold on. This is gonna be weird, but it's gonna look good. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. All people looking at the camera. Yay! Yeah, it was so comfortable, I know.
Thank you guys so much. Now, item number 5, presentation regarding IVT ride adjustment to the public micro transit service by ICTC Executive Director David Aguirre. Thank you for coming, David.
Oh, thank you for having me. Good evening, honorable members of the council and members of the public. My name is David Aguirre. I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial County Transportation Commission. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today and to share some exciting news pertaining to one of our services. I believe there's a presentation.
I'll bring it up.
Excellent, thank you. I promise I'll make this quick. Okay, so what is IVT Ride? You can go to the next slide. Or is there, wait, use this guy? Okay.
Yes, you can do it from.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So IVT Ride is a senior dial-a-ride service that's available in multiple communities within the Imperial County. The IVT Ride service is exclusively available to the senior populations as it stands now, or persons with disabilities. The service currently is experiencing low use due to its limited approved use. The primary objective is to enhance the service levels by ensuring sustainability for the service and the benefit of the community it serves. Also, the service currently exclusively employs manual scheduling, utilizing minimal assistance from scheduling software. And again, the objective is to integrate enhanced technology to enhance operational efficiency and improve the service availability. Inefficiencies and low ridership has restricted the ability to enhance services and to meet fare box recovery targets. And those are mandated by the funding mechanisms that we use for the service. So again, the objective here is to increase ridership, broaden service availability to the public, and provide effective and efficient services. So just to give you a brief comparison of what the service is now and what hopefully it will become. Under the existing conditions for the service, the service is only available in specific communities. It is an intra-city service, so that means it essentially stays within the boundaries of the service area. As an example, in the city of Brawley, there is a service. The service stays within the boundaries of the city of Brawley. So as it stands now, the service exists in the cities of Brawley, Calexico, the West Shores area, which is near the west side of the Salton Sea, and the El Centro Heber Imperial Corridor. So that is one giant service zone. Each city or jurisdiction has different service hours depending on the city. As an example, El Centro's service hours Monday through Friday are 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Calexico's are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Weekend services also vary based on where the service resides. Each city has a different fare structure, varying from roughly $1 to about $3 per trip. All trips are scheduled by phone via the IVT Ride Dispatch Center, which is also a customer service center. Currently, the service only accepts cash and in-person payment, and it's only available to seniors and persons with disability again. So as it pertains to El Centro specifically, the fares are $1.25 per trip. The service operates Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays 7 to 6 p.m., and there is no service on Sundays. Dispatch hours for the service are Monday through Friday, 5:45 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 6 to 6 p.m., and Sunday 7 to 5 p.m. You can currently make reservations 2 weeks in advance, and that happens a lot for seniors that are taking just reoccurring trips. We do tend to see that a lot, and we anticipate continuing to see that for the service. All of our vehicles are ADA accessible, so they all have either wheelchair lifts or wheelchair ramps, and they all have wheelchair restraints so that if anybody has a wheelchair and they're actually boarding the service, they have the proper equipment to make sure that they're getting to their destination safely. So as it pertains to the upcoming or hopeful proposed changes for the service, all of these service areas will have the same service hours, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So as it pertains to El Centro, there's an additional service day that we're anticipating adding. There will be a new mobile application service that will be integrated into the service to further trip booking opportunities. We anticipate unifying the fare structure for all services. One of the key components associated with the proposed change is opening the service up to the general public. Again, as it stands now, the service is exclusive to the senior population, but this modification would allow the general public to be able to utilize the service via the application, so they can essentially kind of just go on the app. It's a mobile app, see if there's a vehicle available, try to schedule your time, and then the vehicle will essentially tell you when it's going to pick you up. The anticipated fare for seniors is $1. and in addition to persons with disabilities. So again, as it pertains to El Centro, there's actually a fare reduction for the senior population. Service, the dispatch hours will continue to operate within the same timeframes that it operates now. But again, you'll have access to the mobile application, and you can also still call our dispatch customer service center to be able to book your trips in advance or same day if there's something available. One of the key components that we're integrating as part of the mobile application is you can actually pay for your trip when you use the mobile application using the mobile application to pay. So that's a unique addition that we're making to the service where that doesn't exist now. The West Shores area will operate a little bit differently due to its location, and it's a little more remote than most of our other communities that we provide service for. In addition to all of the other changes, part of what we really kind of tried to implement was a kind of like a soft rebrand. So the service is called IVT Ride as it stands now. We've rebranded the service to IVT Ride Now. The reason for that is we wanted to change it up a little bit to allow the general public to understand that there's a new service that exists and it'll provide them trips wherever they want to go within the communities of Imperial, El Centro, and Heber as it pertains to this service area. But we also wanted to keep remnants of the old name so that the senior population understood that the service for them is not necessarily changing. The service still remains for them. They just have additional features available to them. All of our services are rideshare, so whether you use fixed route or ADA paratransit or the dial-a-ride system, everything is a rideshare service, so it's available to multiple members of the public, and it'll book your trips based on when you make your trip reservation, and also if you're potentially using the application. Again, so the service areas, there's a little exhibit of the service areas that we have now. As it pertains to Calexico, nothing really changes there. For the Brawley community, we've added or expanded our scope area to service the SDSU external campus, which is currently not serviced by any of our public transportation services. So that's, we're very excited to be able to service the campus in Brawley. You can see an exhibit of the El Centro Heber Imperial Corridor. A lot of that remains the same. We do have a number of services that reach that area, and we're also looking at possibly coordinating with some of our other fixed route services so that we provide a seamless transition between services if you aim to do so. And then there's a service area exhibit of the West Shores area, which provides transportation services to West Shores, Desert Shores, Salton City, and those communities near the Salton Sea. This is a concept of what the app will look like. Again, the service will be called IVT Right Now. It'll be available on Apple or Google stores on your phone. And it kind of looks and operates kind of like an Uber type service. So you'll go on your mobile app. If you need a trip to Food for Less, as an example, you essentially try to book your trip. If it's available, it'll tell you that it'll pick you up within a certain window of time. Our window is anticipated to be about 30 minutes or so. So most of the trips will operate within the confines of that 30 minutes. In between there could be opportunities for us to pick up other passengers that are heading in similar direction. So next steps and the action plans for the transition of the service. We have and will continue to do a number of presentations to areas that are potentially impacted. So the El Centro Heber Imperial communities, Brawley, Calexico, the West Shores area and the county. Also conduct presentations to other organizations that utilize the IVT Ride service now. Alegría and Calexico, AAA nutrition sites, day out centers. We've also done presentations to some of our social services groups as well. We've done presentations to senior housing groups as well to make sure that they're aware of the upcoming changes. And we'll continue to do that throughout the life of the service. That's just part of what we do in terms of just providing customer service and outreach to the public. We are going to have a public hearing as part of the transition of the service, which will take place next Wednesday at 6 p.m. right before our meeting, our ICTC commission meeting. We anticipate being able to operate the new service under the general public service umbrella starting September 2nd. So we're putting the finishing touches on a lot of different things associated with the transition of service, and that includes decals on all of our vehicles, installation of tablets, the right routing, things along those lines. And then, of course, as I previously noted, we will continue to provide regular outreach about the service and how to utilize the service. We do this on a regular basis. We go to transit centers, we go to bus stops and try to educate the public in terms of how to use all of our transportation services. So we anticipate continuing to do that throughout the life of the service. And actually, that concludes my presentation. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them, and I appreciate your time. Also, as a resident of the city of El Centro, this is completely separate from the presentation. I'd like to thank you and the city staff for all of your hard work. It really shows, and we really do appreciate all of the effort that you guys put into all of the efforts that the city undertakes here.
Thank you, David. So you're going to have evidently a massive advertising program pushing this app all to everywhere you go, all the places throughout your routes and all that to push us out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What's like if you in your first slide you had something about underuse, especially by elders,
sure,
which don't know how to use apps oftentimes. What do you do in a case like that? What's your plan?
So in their particular case, the service, there is an addition of the app, but they can also continue to make the trips how they've always done it historically, right? So they can still call our dispatch center, customer service. They'll be able to book the trips in advance for them. Again, some of them have reoccurring trips to, let's say, the day out center. They'll still be able to do that. So nothing really changes outside of the addition of the general public component, but also the inclusion of the mobile application. So we're still going to continue to do outreach efforts to the senior population, still go to senior housing, still go to recreational sites for senior population to make sure that they're aware of how the service is changing, but also to let them know that the service is still available to them and still operates in the same capacity.
Thank you. So for folks that are watching, where would you find like the bulk of information, like routes and times, things like that, and how more information about, making contact with IVT Ride?
So we have a dispatch number that is available on a lot of our pamphlets that we provide. We'll have flyers. We have pamphlets already prepared. We have a website that you can access as well.
What's the name of the website?
www.ivtride.com or .org.
Thank you. Because just for people that are watching, wondering how to get a hold of you and things like that.
And you can also call our office. We'd be happy to.
IVTC.
Yeah, you're welcome to call our office. We do actually get a lot of customer service calls on a regular basis. So
excellent.
Happy to have conversations with folks and educate them on services.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Of course.
Council members?
Excuse me, David, just to say that my family actually uses this. I have a brother that's disabled. And so I'm so happy to see that you're expanding the service, to the general public, because I know that, throughout my career, I've seen where individuals have to call a taxi, to come in, and the prices of taxis can sometimes not be affordable to them. And so, this is an option for them now. It's just like, and I know that your campaign to educate, I know that you've been doing this for quite a while. And I just hope that, more people come out and actually take advantage of the service, because it's fantastic. And now that you're adding the mobile app, that's going to improve the service even more so. I know that my sister is the one that books all of my brother's rides, but I know she'll be happy to hear about that. So thank you. Thank you for the service that you provide our community and the county as a whole.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Crankshaw?
I like the idea of being able to customize it to you can pick them up and take them on their schedule. That whole Uber type of concept, I think it opens up where someone needs to go to a certain place first. I think that's really a neat, creative idea that's going to help people. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. We have a similar service that operates in the city of Calexico now. It's called Calexico On Demand. And the demand for that is beyond what we expected. So we're working to expand that service as well, because there is a significant demand for that service on a regular basis.
Councilmember Camarena?
I'm just happy also to see the expansion for the general public and the price that's involved, because a lot of times people are restricted, as Councilmember Marroquin was saying, for taxis and so forth, or having to wait long period of time for other type of transportation. So I'm glad that this is happening. And just for my confirmation, so this is pickup at the door at a person's home?
It's curb to curb.
Curb
So
to
it
curb.
doesn't, the driver won't get off and go inside your house.
Uh-huh.
They'll drive to the curb and pick you up.
Yeah, and that was where I was going next. I wanted to ask for just a question regarding the disabled individuals. So they don't assist to get
Yes.
them to there?
They do. They
Okay.
won't go inside your house.
No.
But they will assist you boarding the
From
bus
door
and
out. Okay.
actually getting off.
Okay, that's.
And then they also allow PCAs, which are personal care attendants. So
Okay.
if person, has a person that actually helps them move around, that person can ride with them.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
Yes. Another quick question. Madam Clerk, or maybe Mario, do you know if we have a link on our website to ICTC? Thank you. So you can go to elcentro.org, find the link to IBT, I'm sorry, ICTC, thank you. And you're there at their site and you can find all this information there.
Yep. And
We really
have-
appreciate
we have
that.
You guys, that's reciprocal.
Great. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, David, for this presentation, all that you're doing there. We really appreciate.
Thank you.
your
I very
efforts.
much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. So moving on, we have consent agenda numbers 6 through 14. I'm looking for a motion.
So I motion to approve all items within items 6 through 14 under the consent agenda.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any questions? We have a vote.
Motion passes 4-0.
Okay, moving on. Item number 15 will be pulled from the agenda tonight. Moving on to 16, Police Officers Association Memorandum of Understanding, presentation by Dulce Bedoya. Thank you, Dulce.
I'm much shorter. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Here before you is the new MOU for the Police Officers Association. So city manager is recommending, or acting city manager is recommending the approval of this new memorandum of understanding, establishing terms and conditions of employment from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027. And the compensation of this MOU will be paid by the general fund. The current MOU with the Police Officers Association expired June 30th, 2025. Therefore, we have met and conferred on revised terms and conditions to the current MOU over the past couple of months and have reached an agreement. The modified terms and conditions agreed to in a tentative agreement are being presented to you for final approval. Major changes are as follows. This is a 2-year contract. There is a 6% equity adjustment based on a compensation study that was done for that group, and a 2% cost of living adjustment. With that, if there are any questions, and if not, if we can approve this MOU, establishing the terms and conditions of employment, including compensation for July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027.
Yes. Do I have a motion?
I will motion to approve the MOU with the Police Officers Association as agreed upon.
Yes.
I
we
will
have-
second.
Very good. Any questions, discussion? Anyone from the POA like to say a word or not? Mr. Flores, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm currently the president of the POA, the Police Officer Association. I didn't plan a speech or anything, but I just want to say thank you guys and thank you, council. Thank you, Dulce, for all her hard work, and I'm glad we came to a good agreement. And thank you guys for your support for the police officers.
Yes, well, I'm just, speaking, I believe, on behalf of the council. We are so proud of you guys. I mean, this demonstration tonight that we had, presentation was exceptional and timely. We're just so thankful for Mr. Kelly, your staff, and Mr. Brown, your staff, and Chief Sawyer, and all that you guys do every day, putting on your uniform and heading out to work, and what you do. We're very thankful for you guys. So thank you. Okay, moving on. Well, I'm sorry, number 16. We have a public speaker request on this agenda, number 16. Pete Rodriguez.
Good evening, members of the City Council. I myself also as a taxpayer of the city, I'm very happy that you guys came to an agreement. I see their work. I bike a lot around the city of El Centro, and I see the efforts. It's a lot different when you're bike riding and driving a car. You get to see real work getting done, so you know your community is safe. You know the roads are smooth. I know the community where I ride is smooth. It's safe. I don't have to worry about cars racing. I don't have to worry about someone's going to be jumping out of the bushes, because I know the police are nearby or around. They're patrolling, and their patrols are active. They're not just sitting somewhere writing a report. They're active, and I feel safe in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, moving on to item 17. Approval of charge order 5 to Rove Engineering related to the Southern Pump Station. Mr. Abraham Campos, please.
All right, good evening, Honorable Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Thank you for entertaining this request. This is a request for a change order related to the Southern Pump Station project. As you know, this is a huge project in the city of El Centro that will add sewer capacity and service and strengthen our infrastructure in the southeast quadrant of the city as it relates to wastewater services. We have approved throughout the last few months a series of change orders as we've been little by little shipping away into the original bid. When the original bid came in, as you may recall, we did not award the full amount of that bid. But over the last few months, as we gained more information and did some value engineering, we were able to award more of that scope that was originally bid. What's here tonight is outside of that scope that was originally bid. While we're out there, as you may recall, remember, the Annenberg Avenue was not in that great shape. There was quite a bit of potholes. The roadway was raveling, recessing. It was not a smooth ride. We did a small resurface prior to the work that you may recall that didn't last long, and it was meant to be as a stopgap measure to get us to the construction period. As we're going, and you see this picture that I took today, this is what Annenberg Drive looks like now as we're moving to construction. On the right side of the image, you will see that the remaining asphalt, which starts about where the cursor is at to where this cursor is, so it's about 10 feet of the 24 feet road widening to about half of the road remains. The other portion is dirt. What you don't see here is that all this equipment already placed a pipe about 15 feet below that. So we could go back and, as per design and trench patch and end up with the same patch road that we had before, or we can take that opportunity and save that money from trenching, patching, and redo the road correctly. So what we did is we commissioned a consultant to give us an idea of what this road can look like later. So if we rebuild the road, it's rebuilt to the correct elevation and the correct thickness that will support the traffic demands, not only now, but in the future. The area in red is the result. So this shaded area is the existing width. Basically, if you can imagine, you're standing on 4th Street looking towards the mall. And this is how this looks right now. This area is what's out there right now, about 22, 24 feet of roadway. That's 2 lanes. Each lane is 12 feet wide, 1 in each direction. So we're proposing to rebuild it very similar in alignment to what it was before, but now to the correct elevations. So that will improve drainage and we'll be ready to accept future roadway widenings such as sidewalk and curb. Right now, that's not being proposed because we still need to widen another 10 feet to the north before we're ready to add the sidewalk, and we don't have the right of way. So there's a lot of work that needs to happen still for that. And south of the location, which is this side, the future roadway, we don't have the right of way of that either. So we're still exploring those options on what to do, but we're taking our best guess today on what that roadway will be so that we can build upon that in the future. The roadway is what you see here. It's a full depth reclamation. What that means is they would be grinding out everything, recycling the available asphalt, using it back into the soil to save money and create that structural section. And structural section in roadway terms means basically the beam, how strong the roadway will be for traffic. And this is as a truck route, so it's being designed to accept traffic and trucks so that we don't end up with the problems that we have right now. The question is, how do we pay for this, right? So obviously, we do not want to go into any more of the additional ARPA. That's done. We've already asked for wastewater working capital. That's for the pipe itself and the infrastructure for water and wastewater. But we're proposing to introduce here SB1 or the gas tax, our MRA. And council has already approved a component of this towards this project. But there have been savings in other prior projects for the city of El Centro that are sitting in the books right now. If we combine the savings from other past SB1 projects together with the SB1s that are available right now, we have enough to fund completely this project right now and not basically patch it up again and come back with an issue. We have the opportunity. We have a contractor that we've worked with before. This is Rove Engineering. They've done plenty of paving for us. They do a good job. We've looked at the price that they're proposing to do this extra work at this point, not in part of the original contract. And so that when we're done working with Annenberg Avenue, we end up with a brand new roadway, very smooth ride, and it will last and will be ready to accept future improvements. So with that, I'm asking for your support to approve this change order of $2 million. This is for 1 mile of roadway. That, as I mentioned, is the roadway. We're not adding width to it. It just adds. It's 1 lane in each direction, and it's being future-proof for profile drainage and for the future corridor as is recommended by our mobility element in our general plan. So with that, I'm looking for your support for approving this change order. Thank you.
Colleagues, any questions, comments?
I just want to say that when I was reviewing my packet and I saw this, I was so excited, Abraham, because Dannenberg is closed at the moment, but that's my usual route, to the mall. Mm-hmm. And I've seen, where you've done so much patchwork, to that road. It looks like it's kind of like. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you call this, but in the middle where the line is. And I know, and I personally have received, complaints about the condition of that road. So, I just commend you for, killing 2 birds with 1 stone while you're working in that area and also improving the roadway. is going to make a huge impact and a difference, for the commuters, because I just cannot begin to tell you how much traffic goes through there, because I use it regularly. And so I miss going through there. So, thank you, for your forward thinking. And so, I'm very pleased.
Yes.
So thank you.
Mr. Crankshaw?
Well, this is really my first big look at some of these prices, at what a mile of roadway
shocking.
costs, so I'm glad I'm sitting down. And I do understand, now, this funding that you're referring to, you said that there was some cost savings from other projects that were sitting idle in there that would go towards that sum. I'm not sure what we use this fund for other than these type of projects, so I'd have to do a little research. But when we do these projects, it always seems like there's a certain contingency in each one of these things that we're always coming back for more. So when we did the first one, we weren't thinking that we would be able to do this part of the roadway, because it looks like it's got a couple different objectives. So your now thought was, once you're into the project, that if we could do it here and now at the time, it would save us money coming back to it.
Correct.
Am I reading that correctly?
Correct. So to answer your question on the first question on SB1 RMRA, that's the gas tax. It's by statute, it cannot be used for other than road projects.
Okay.
So this is, we can't use it for anything else.
Perfect.
So the other projects where we had cost savings is one, because actual cost savings, and we found alternate funding sources. So if you'll see that most of our projects, when we come for here, they're a layered cake in funding, same as this one, because we're trying to always stay away from other sources that are more critical. So we always use gas tax, federal grants. Today, thank you, just approved and consent agenda, new grants that we've obtained that will come to fruition in years from now. But we're working to get those grants right now. And that happened with those other projects. We were able to use other grant fundings, for example. So that saved that commitment from SB1 and made it available now for this project. So we're always trying to shuffle the money to make sure that we have the most positive impact on the community. This is one of those cases. And so there's no other use for the funding on that. And the second part of the question, I forgot now.
I think it was where as far as the funding goes, you talked about that this was funding is earmarked for that, but we were talking about how we always are having to add to the contingencies of these projects. So.
Definitely. So when we originally awarded the project, the bid came in much higher. It was a beta during COVID, basically a little bit after COVID, well, actually 2 years ago, not actually a little bit after COVID. Initially, bid came way overpriced. We took it back to the drawing board, redesigned to value engineer, put it back out to bid. It still came high, not as high as before. So we had to move. We had ARPA, which was heavily earmarked for water, wastewater improvements for infrastructure. So that's why we kept that funding. So we had to award, even though we didn't have the full amount. We layered the award in additive bids. So there was a base bid and then additive bids.
Gotcha.
We awarded the base bid to get the project committed, to make sure that we safeguarded that ARPA funding that we received. And we say, we're gonna build and take advantage as much as we have right now. And that's why we ended up with those layers in this project. This is probably the most layered and the most times I've had to come back for a project, but it's to council. This is not the usual go-to that I go to. I want to make sure that I don't come back for contingency. It seems like we don't know what we're doing because we're coming back, right? But it was planned. So you see all the prior approvals, they fit within the original bid amount when you consider the base amount plus the additives. So that's all within the original scope, and actually less. So even though we've come multiple times to add funding, there's still less than the original bid amount. And this is an exception. We have an opportunity to add scope to the original bid and get a final project, so we don't have to go back again in this.
I appreciate you getting me up to speed because I'm, wasn't here when this was all probably kicked off. And I understand that the dynamics of finding those narrowly scoped funding sources to fit perfectly into, and that might free up some ones that are more broader that will fit a variety of projects. So
Exactly.
I really do appreciate the information.
And if I may add, this was actually brought to council as a three-phase project. So Public Works has been working diligently to move along the phases and be able to add on as funding becomes necessary. And we benefit from the cost savings as that's occurring, because to demobilize our subcontractors and have them move off site and bring them back is more costly than to leave them on site. So this is actually, it looks like a lot of money, and it's absolutely a lot of money, but it's a cost savings in that regard.
For comparison, for Imperial Avenue extension, we're spending more money than this for shorter amounts of roadway.
Could you repeat that a little, say it
For
again?
Imperial Avenue extension, as we're moving
Yes,
forward,
yes.
there's smaller sections, but because we don't have existing roadways there, we're not able to take advantage of recycling existing material, and the contractor is already mobilized. So right on, as our acting city manager stated, there are cost savings to moving forward with this project right now, as opposed to basically spending money to patch it up and advertising a new project to repair the road.
Mr. Campos, may I ask another question, or actually I have a question. How much more will this extend, the work on that? Will this be completed by fall of this year, or will it extended maybe into the first quarter of next year?
It's not extending anything. That's what we're
Oh, it
coming
isn't?
today.
Okay, great.
In summer, right? So that as the work is completed, they can come back, and still the goal and the schedule is still to be open by the holidays.
Really?
Correct.
Wow.
We're moving fast. I went out there today. They're almost to, what is it, Bell or Beverly, the first intersection on the east side. They're getting close. They're moving along.
Wow.
Any other questions?
I had one, support the request, but I have two questions. I too have gotten some complaints regarding the Dannenberg area. And I know that there's big rigs and trucks and so forth, and that's where the complaints come from. They want to know if that's the individuals in the trailer park want to know if big trucks are going to continue to be allowed to go through there. Prior to the construction, there was a sign that said no trucks over something, but they were continued to utilize that. Will they be able to be guided towards is it Farnsworth or something that
We
way?
have 4th Street, Dogwood. Dogwood is a corridor, it's a truck route. Something that can be taken a look at. I know in our city ordinance, I do believe there's a statement where no trucks out of over 2 axles, I believe, are allowed on that number between 4th and an area. It's an old over date. I'm not sure if it's before the mall. And maybe it's time to reconsider that one, because Dannenberg is one of our main arterials to the city. So I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to allowing or considering bringing back the trucks in that area, as long as the roadway is safe, right? There's eventually there's sidewalks and lighting and so forth. Right now, I mean, obviously, I don't want to come in, instead of 2 million, that'd be a $8 million, $9 million request to basically do that. But right now, I can come back as actually there is another item coming probably in preview coming attractions in August for routes for some other areas. So that'd be a good time to reintroduce the topic to council and reconsider that request.
Okay, thank you. And then my second question, just to make sure I understood you correct. As far as the Dannenberg that's being redone right now, there won't be a widening, it would just be a two-way, or is there going to be purchasing right of way?
No, so
No.
it's right now is to be replaced in the same alignment
The
as it
same
is right now.
alignment with a sidewalk
Not
in the
yet,
future?
no.
Not
In the
yet till
future,
the right of way
in the
is
future. So it goes back
obtained?
to this exhibit.
Yes.
So right now, the shaded is what's there right now and what's being proposed. The dash line is kind of hard to see, but the dash is kind of where it's going to be eventually. So it says 10 feet. The way you read this is we're going to stop the asphalt, and then 10 feet plus the width of the gutter, which is another 1.5 feet. So about 11.5 feet north of the current terminus of the proposed asphalt is where the sidewalk will start. So before we add sidewalk, we would still need to further widen the roadway another 11 feet before we get to the sidewalk portion. So
Okay.
we don't have the funding right now, nor there's utilities, there's sort of things to be done. It's a bigger
Okay.
project at the moment.
Okay, okay, thank you.
If you, for the future, we found the funding and we widened it, this would be this road that you're working on will be the westbound lanes
That's correct.
for Danberg, and then you'll build the eastbound lanes for the
Absolutely
project.
correct.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Abram, I know it's redundant for you, but for people that are watching, could you just remind us of the ARPA funds, where that came from?
ARPA funds was.
Explain that for us.
Definitely. So during COVID, there was funding by the Biden administration that created the ARPA funds. If I'm mistaken, somebody correct me. And that was earmarked to help reduce the impact on communities and governments by offering not only to the residents some funding, but also to agencies on lost revenue that was due to the pandemic and the closures. This is one of those projects that was authorized by the city council to use that funding. Originally, the ARPA funding had various components. Some of them was a focus on water, sewer infrastructure, storm drain, and the others.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Yes, thank you.
And other portions into community lost revenue. And the city and the council has used all this funding very wisely, and in this case is being leveraged in this project, which ultimately results in a reduced impact to our enterprise fund for wastewater, which ultimately results in a reduced impact on future rate increases on wastewater service.
Another question, thank you for that explanation. This lift station project is massively expensive, but this is going to open up the potential for how many more acres of service for water and sewer, roughly?
I don't have that number in front of me, but I believe it's around 150 acres or so. I can get back to you with the exact number.
So it'd be kind of hard to ask you like how many potential houses, housing that would be. There could be commercial, could be housing in the future, but it opens up about 150 acres.
If I recall.
Potential.
I'm not gonna look at a map. But
Yes,
more or less.
potential
It's,
to to water and sewer.
It's the quadrant, just to better define it, is between I-8 and McCabe and between Dogwood and 4th Street and a little bit more. So
Yes.
that huge southeast quadrant of the city of El Centro.
Yes. All righty. Any other questions? Could I have a motion?
I would like to motion to approve Mr. Campos's request for the funding to improve the roadway, Dannenberg.
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any more discussion? Please vote.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. And we're kind of excited to hear that you're thinking it's going to be open, the road's going to be open for holidays.
All right.
We're not going to hold you to it, but I'm just saying that would be
the goal.
nice.
I mean, I hope the contractor's hearing us. But they've been fantastic to work with, and it looks like they're moving along quite nicely.
Okay, so moving on, number 18, authorizing the emergency repairs of 3rd at Ross Avenue Sewer Lift Station.
All
Mr.
right.
Campos?
Keeping up with the theme of wastewater today, as part of the wastewater master plan that we're working on, our consultant did some very thorough inspection on some of our lift stations. So similar to the one that we're building, this is another location of much smaller lift station that services properties, just so you can get an idea what a lift station looks from the street, a very old one. As this is on the old bar and lumber site that burned down, this little green box with a meter.
Yes.
Is our 3rd and Ross lift station. So if you open up that box, there's a well. I mean, you can throw a coin in it or anything for a wish, but there's a well, and it's about 15 feet deep. And the consultant was able to get in there with a GoPro camera, something that we haven't done before ourselves, and they did an inspection. They found that well, the walls of that well, are very heavily deteriorated, very, very heavily deteriorated. So the request from our consultant was, you know what, just demolish it and do a new one, right? And that's about a $2 million ticket. I didn't want to come back to that council for $2 million ticket. So we're looking at alternatives. What can we do to salvage what we have? And the region, this is an emergency item because if this fails, and now we're aware of it, and it is very heavily deteriorated. This services quadrant, which is south of Ross Avenue, along 3rd Street and the railroads, all these homes in this area basically drain to this one point in the lift station, right? So it would be out of service for a while. So obviously it's a public health and safety requirement, meets the requirements by ordinance to declare a local emergency. I reached out to our acting city manager and said, we need to do this. Our ordinance allows our acting city manager to say, go, get it done. Subject to coming back to council on the next regular scheduled meeting to ratify the approval. That's why we're here today. We've already outreached to contractors. We have preliminary numbers that we're just going to be going with. A local emergency allows us to get things, projects like these done fast without having to advertise and go out to bid. Advertising is a month, getting the specs out is another month, coming to council to approve the plans, coming to council to award, and then finally getting it done. So instead of waiting 4 or 5 months, we can go and start direct conversations with a contractor that can get the job done and save public safety and safeguard public safety. And that's why we're here today. This request, we were estimating at this point, it is fluid, of about $150,000 to do a repair to the walls of this wet well. It requires bypass pumping, obviously, because we cannot stop the flow of the sewer. So the flow will be intercepted on either side of the pump station and pumped through the surface to piping back into the system to decommission the pump temporarily to allow for the repairs to be made. So with that, I'm looking your support to approve this resolution, declaring this local emergency and allowing us to continue moving forward to make the necessary repairs to make sure that this work keeps flowing. Any questions?
No questions?
I have a few. Real quick, how many lift stations do we have in the city of El Centro?
15.
15. And then arbitrarily or by like a annual basis, do we do these type of inspections? What brought you to this lift station for inspection?
We do inspections on the surface. In this case, we hadn't done an inspection for the inside. We modified our protocols after this inspection from the water and master plan. So what resulted in this diagnosis or this finding is our consultant Dudek, as part of the master plan, they're inspecting all of our facilities. And if they find something, hey, you might want to tackle this right now, as opposed to waiting for the results of the master plan, they advise us. This is how this happened. Hey, as part of our inspection, as we're preparing the master plan, we found this location. You might want to take a look at this right now. And that's why we're here.
So the 15 lift stations, the age of this one comparison to some of the others that we have?
This one is, if I remember, 30s or 40s when it was built. Is one of the original. It's an older area of town. So it's one of the older ones. It's the lift station. The wet well is original.
And then just a final question, what is the cost of a full replacement versus repair, just so we can have that as a contrast?
For replacement is about $2 million.
There it is. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
There's not going to be service interruption. There's no issues now, even now with the customer complaints.
No. No, and just on the remainder of the lift stations, they were found to be pretty much okay. There's minor stuff that we're addressing here and there, but nothing major like this one. So.
And you mentioned some downtime, but you're going to have to put a temporary pump station there and on the surface, and then go from there.
Yeah, there will be no interruption in service to the customers.
Thank you. Any other questions? We have a motion.
I will
A motion, a motion to approve.
Okay, and I will second.
Motion and second. Any more discussion? If not, please vote.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. Mr. Campos.
Thank you.
Item number 19 on the agenda will also be polled. We'll bring that up at another meeting. Number 20 will also be polled and returning to, well, next month, we'll be looking at this again. And then number 21, our last item, canceling the August 5th, 2025 City Council meeting. It is typical for the council to have two dark meetings a year, usually in the summertime. So if there's any discussion about this or a motion.
I just want to make a comment about it. I just want to state to the public that even though we cancel the meetings, it doesn't mean that the employees, department heads, and the council itself ceases from working. And I just want to make sure that the public understands that it's not a time where everyone's just off from this date all the way through the way to August. There's still work that is done and needs to be done and will continue to be done.
Great, thank you. Can I get a motion?
I will motion to cancel the August 5th, 2025 City Council meeting.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Could we vote, please?
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. So now we've come to your informational items that are on your agenda and our time for our reports. If, let's see, Sylvia, would you like to start that?
So not a whole lot of activity these last couple of, well, since our last meeting, but you know what I do? This. So, you know, as I do serve as an alternate on LAFCO, so, you know, we've been successfully meeting and, you know, also I know that the executive director, Tyler Saucedo, is fairly new. So he is looking at actually formalizing all of the policies and procedures that have not been in place for quite a while. So, you know, that is a work in progress. I was able to attend the day camp color run that the Parks and Recreation Department held. I was there with Adriana. You know, I kind of didn't have an idea what a color run was, but you know what, it's like an obstacle course and all these children go through it. And as they're going through it, they are thrown into a cloud of colored powder and you know, spray with water and so on. So it looked like a lot of fun. But, you know, of course, I couldn't go through that because I had to go to work right after that. So, all right. But you know what? It was fun to see the children, you know, having fun. So that was pretty cool. Aside from that, I know that we have a community enhancement task force meeting tomorrow morning. But you know, one other thing that I would also like to mention, as the Friends of El Centro Community Foundation, we're having our second cornhole tournament on is it Saturday, August the 2nd, at the Martin Luther King Pavilion. And so, you know, those details on the city's website, as well as I know that we have our social media page for the foundation as well in the city's page. So, you know, please look us up so that you can then register your team for the cornhole tournament, because it's a lot of fun. We'll have music, we'll have food vendors, and, you know, just a lot of fun and, you know, something to bring the community together, and it'll be indoors, you know, so that you can stay out of the heat. So, alrighty, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Crankshaw, any report?
It was a very blissfully quiet couple weeks. Once my wife learned that we were We were not in session last time. It seemed like I was bombarded by 11 grandkids, so I would have rather gone to a lot of the different events sometimes. It's less tiresome. But no, I think everyone has been doing a great job for the summer. Staff, as always, greatly appreciate. It's kind of a hump to get over into the July as we're in the new fiscal year. So I think that we're all kind of just taking a little time to exhale. And so I do applaud all of you, and you guys continue to do a good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Camarena.
Just upcoming, we're continuing to work on the downtown task force on changing things for downtown and trying to get more interaction with business owners. We have been asked to come and tour buildings, and we've been doing that, meeting with them independently, and we'll be bringing reports in. October, I do have a training already scheduled to go meet with the JPIA and speak with them. And then I'd also like to just state to employees, because I've been getting inquiries and I'm very employee oriented. I know that there was been some statements made that because I voted no on the budget, that I was not supportive of employees who were temporary. And I'd like to say that I can confidently say that I've been stating verbally and in meetings about the long time the city of El Centro has had temporary employees working as temps. It's something I've never seen before. It's something that I continuously brought up, not just on the dais, but in meetings. And I'd like to state that some of the comments that have been made to me are not accurate as far as the point of me being unsupportive of temporary employees. It was a package deal. I was not in agreement with one portion, but that does not mean that I was trying to suppress or oppress what had already been going on with our temporary employees. That had been long overdue. That should have been taken care of years ago. Because when you don't take care of your employees, you affect the workplace and that employee's quality of life. And so I just wanted to clarify that. My no was not a no against temporary employees, because I can honestly say that I've been an advocate since I've been here for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get to the city manager's report, I'd just like to mention a few things. Again, I'd like to piggyback on what Ms. Camarena has shared, that on July 8th, we swore in 9 people, and 8 of them were temporaries and moved to full-time. They were already working full-time hours, but not full-time employees. So this is a big commitment for our budget, for our city, to improve our staff and to move forward. We feel that's really important. We appreciate you guys and what you do, the service that you provide, being the experts in your fields. We appreciate that and want to help you, make the best make it as good as we can. So we want to do that. So we want to chime in with that. I also want to say that just regarding, we had another hospital meeting back on the 23rd of June, and the transfer is taking place. It's taking a long time, and we were told it was going to take a very long time. So just as I would just, encourage us to, if you know someone that works at the hospital, thank them. This could be a scary time for them. As far as we encourage them and reassure them, it could be a scary time. So I want to thank, if you know someone at the hospital, I want to thank them. I want to thank everyone here that works at the city for working here. And if you, feel so inclined, I would encourage people to pray for the hospital, to pray for the city, to pray for these employees that make us, who we are. And this hospital issues, this is really, really big. Their budget dwarfs our city budget. It's really big. So I just want to say it's a huge deal. I feel privileged to be on the board at this time with this taking place. This is monumental. keep the hospital in your prayers. Now, just one more thing. You know, we just celebrated July 4th. On the 5th, my wife and I went to see the laser show at the fairgrounds, and it was pretty impressive. Kind of short, but it's pretty impressive. And this week, we celebrated our 249th birthday, our 249th anniversary of the forming of this country. We live in the best country in the world. I mean, people that live other places, they don't risk their lives to get into other countries. They come here. And so I just want to acknowledge that. Next year at this time, we're going to be celebrating 250 years. I should have done some research, but I believe that France has gone through, I believe, 4 different constitutions in about the same amount of time that we've been on the same form of government. We are so blessed. So I just want to highlight that we'll be looking forward to our 250th anniversary next year, and we've got a lot of planning to do for that. So we're looking forward to that. And then, on January 3rd, the day before that, some of us had a meeting with Jeff Gonzalez, our representative in Sacramento, assemblyman. He's on the problem-solving task force, and he is getting recognition, not officially, but he's getting recognition from both sides of the aisle, solving problems, coming up with good answers. They can't always participate because of political issues, but he is doing a great job. I just want to mention that and give a shout out to Jeff Gonzalez, who's trying to represent us in Sacramento to get things accomplished, because the problems that we have in El Centro are not just El Centro problems, they're California problems. So he's doing all that he can, and I really appreciate that, to help bring some change to California that will especially help poor communities like Puro County. So I want to give a shout out to him. And with that, City Manager, Acting City Manager.
Mayor Pro Tem, do you have mayor's mentions?
Oh, I do. Thank you. Let me read that really quick. Thank you for that reminder. Mayor's mentions, in lieu of Sonia Carter being here. Like to say, she would be reading this, but I'd like to say, welcome to new permanent employees. City of El Centro is proud to welcome 10 new team members, including individuals who are joining us for the first time and others who have transitioned from temporary or part-time roles to permanent full-time positions. We are excited to have them on board. Look forward to the valuable contributions they will bring to our organization and the community. Welcome and best of luck to your new roles. Our mobile vendor ordinance workshop. We want to invite the public to a mobile vendor ordinance workshop on Thursday, July the 17th at 6 p.m. here in the chambers, right here. City staff will present proposed updates to the ordinance and welcome public input to help shape the final version. You can review the current ordinance on our website, and also our library summer program events. Join the El Centro Library staff for a special obstacle course hosted by the El Centro Police Department this Thursday at 10 a.m. at the library. Then don't miss a vibrant lion dance performance on Wednesday, July the 24th, 11 a.m. All events are free and open to the public. For more information, visit the library's Facebook page. Thank you, Mr. City Manager, Acting City Manager.
Well, good evening. Just a reminder, we have the annual summer cook-off competition at the community center this Thursday night at 6 p.m. So we have a lot of great events here in the City of El Centro. There was a mention of our part-time employees becoming full-time employees. And I will tell you that the movement of the city right now is the same as has been consistently, but we have a ton of momentum behind us. Great things happening in the City of El Centro as we're used to seeing. Great summer programs have been highlighted. I've attended a number of meetings with members of council. It's nice to hear that there was a little bit of a break because there was not for the city manager's office. We're full steam ahead. I do want to maybe burst your bubble a little bit before you start to celebrate that we are dark on the August 5th meeting. We will be bringing a special meeting before you in reference to the hospital asset transfer.
Yes.
We have been working diligently as a city and city staff. Our city attorney has been in and out of meetings nonstop. I've joined her on many of them. There is a lot of work being done to make sure that that is moving forward. I also want to point out that it's not just the city of El Centro. We are working in partnership with Preston Hollow. We're working in partnership with ECRMC and Imperial Valley Hospital District. It takes a village to make this happen, and all of us have got the fingerprints on the project. We're all moving forward. We are confident this will be brought back to council for vote in the very near future. So we will not have an actual normal scheduled city council meeting, but we will be having a special meeting with the mayor's permission to address this matter. I think it's important that the public understand that it is all of us working towards a solution that is beneficial to the entire Imperial County and healthcare here in Imperial County. It's important to everybody, certainly council here, but to get it done right for the county is of the utmost importance. So that is moving forward. The officers you had here before you tonight, I think, are exemplary by themselves, but just a small representation of city staff that you have working for you, from everything from the police department to the fire department that goes out there every single day handling calls for service. I see their engines going past the office. Maybe they can slow down a little bit when they go past, but they go past pretty frequently. I know it's a matter of life and death. I'm teasing, Chief, sort of. We have a number of great things happening here in the city, from the lifeguards that you recognized tonight, and the youth in the community and helping shape those futures, to the long-term employees of 35 years, making an entire career here in the city of El Centro and retiring and moving on. I will say that if I didn't feel old, I do now, because a lot of the people I grew up in the department with and in the city with are moving on and moving into retirement. I'm not ready just quite yet, but I do look forward to that day. And with that, I will again thank the entire city staff for all their hard work. It's very difficult for me to sit up here and really single out one particular group, because I get to see all the hard work done across the entire city. We have tremendous staff. We have a tremendous community, and we're very blessed. And with that, I'll end for the night. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all. Yes, go ahead.
I will tell you that if that makes you feel old, I'm not sure what we're supposed to feel over here. So. All right.
Thank you all for your presence, and it is 7:59. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for your presence.